Hey guys, here we are back again. We're gonna make a quick meal tonight. This one's gonna go by so fast you're not even gonna believe it. We did a really simple one yesterday and I think that went over really well. Today we are gonna make a meatball or a cheeseburger meatball pasta, if you will. And we're gonna throw everything in and we're gonna be able to walk away. So we're gonna do this in our oven, in the oven tonight. This is our rock crock, which is what I'm gonna use it in. You could also do this one in your microwave in the same instrument. Because it's stoneware, it can still go in the microwave. I just have the ability to use the oven today, and so I just change it up when I can. That's no rhyme or reason. When I need to use the microwave, I use the microwave. When I need to use the oven, I use the oven. Choose whichever works best for you, and we can go from there. So we're going to get started. We're just going to throw everything really quick into the rock crock. It's not going to be very long today at all. Take the lid off. Okay. I've got my pasta. I have 500 grams of pasta, or basically one small bag. It does measure out to be about 500 grams. I'm just going to pour that in. Empty rock crock, pasta bag, done. I have 4 cups or 1 complete Tetra Pak of chicken stock. Now a tip here that I've done, I like to do it when I'm using the oven, is I will heat the stock that I'm using to cook the pasta in. It cuts down the time of the whole casserole in the oven. So I just threw this in my microwave for about 5 minutes. So it's warm, it's not boiling, it's not super hot. It just gives it a kick start. Well, we're also gonna add some frozen meatballs, so it may all wash out in the end anyway, but we're gonna get that kick started there. So I'm just gonna pour that in. The pasta's not gonna cook in this chicken broth yet. It's just going to keep it warm quicker. I'm gonna add another cup because I have 500 grams of pasta here, a little bit more than what the normal recommendation is for 4 cups, and I want to make sure that my pasta is submerged. If I lean this in, it's not going to be submerged, but basically I want the water level to come just above my pasta. Gotta remember to keep my tools with me. Okay, so all I'm doing is making sure that the noodles are submerged in the liquid. That's it, nothing else, okay? So I've got that. Now the recipe that I'm using is a Pampered Chef recipe. It's straight from the website and it's called cheeseburger, meatballs, and pasta. From this recipe, it does teach you how to make the meatballs individually if you would like to do that. And please, if you've got the time and you've got the ingredients, go nuts. It's a lot of fun. Kids can get involved. It's a great way to do it. You can use your rock crock as well. It doesn't change anything. Today, I don't have time, but I do have frozen meatballs. So we're going to use those. So we're going to pull out our trusty meatballs. Now, according to this recipe, they wanted us to make 36 meatballs. I don't think I'm going to pull out 36. I think I'm going to pull out, I got 2, 4, 6, 7 there. I'm going to kind of cover the top with meatballs. Right? It's going to hold the pasta under the chicken broth, which will keep it submerged, which is nice. And then the flavors from the meatballs will travel down into the pasta, which is actually really, really cool. Okay? Those are all sitting on top nicely. So I have, I don't know, 20 meatballs in there. I got enough to fill it up. 1 layer. I didn't double up anything. There's nothing higher. It's just basically 1 layer on top with some space. They're not all sardined in there. They're just quickly placed on there. Now what we're also going to add is we're going to add some garlic, because I like to add garlic to everything because garlic is awesome. We're going to squeeze that in there quickly. Pop this guy out. I'm just putting in 2 cloves. We'll go from there, see how that works. I have not made this one before, so this is a new one for me as well. So we'll have to test whether it's too much garlic or not enough garlic. With the amount of pasta and everything that's in there, I think that this will work out just fine. I don't think it would be too strong at all. Okay, I'm also going to add some 3 onion rub. Okay, if you wanted to chop up some onions and saute them and then throw them in, go nuts. I'm just going to add a tablespoon of 3 onion rub. Do you like how accurate I am? I could get my tablespoon out. I'm just going to give this a little bit of a stir just to kind of jiggle up the garlic with the onions. Just going to kind of get them all still going, but I'm making sure that my pasta stays below the liquid line. Right, just below the liquid line. Keep your meatballs on top and pasta below. All right, oh, I should have did this before, but a little bit of pepper just to add seasoning. We'll just let that sit on top. Now, in addition to this recipe, we have, well, I have 3 cups, but it calls for 2 cups. But I love my kids that much that I'm going to give them an extra cup of greens. They're going to love me for it. Not. So I have 3 cups of chopped broccoli here and about 2 cups of cheddar cheese that we're going to add later on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this up now and I'm going to put it in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. I want the pasta to be cooked, so that's what's going to be my gauge. Generally, it takes about 20 to 25 minutes for the pasta to cook inside here. But again, we added frozen meatballs, so we need to adjust a little bit for that. So just pop in, test it, stir it around a little bit, and test it out. Once it's done, then you want about 10 more minutes, right? You're going to add your broccoli in. You could add your broccoli in now if you like. I like my broccoli to still have a little bit of a crunch to it, so I like to add it at the end. If you don't care or you prefer to have it cooked, then you throw it in now. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy, it's all done, okay? And then at the very end, in the last 10 minutes, at the same time I'm going to add my broccoli, I'm going to add the cheddar cheese. I'm going to add probably 3/4 of this, stir it all around so the cheddar melts, and then the last quarter I'm going to sprinkle on top. I'm going to keep the lid off of my rock crock, and I am going to broil it just to get it a little bit browned and things like that. So it's all going to cook really, really nice and go really, really well. So this is what I'm going to do. We are going to put the lid on, and then we are going to throw that in the oven. I will post a video again later on to show you the finished product and give you a little more on the instructions once again. So we're going to put this in the oven for 20-25 minutes. I'm going to test the pasta. That's going to be my gauge. Once the pasta's done, I'm adding the broccoli and I'm going to divide the cheese. I'm going to put the 3/4 of the cheese and mix it in there with the broccoli, and then I'm going to sprinkle the rest on top as a garnish and put it back into my oven on broil for about 5 minutes just to brown the top. I'm going to put it in the lower half of my oven so that obviously the closer to the broiler it is, the browner it's going to get quicker. I want to give it a little bit of time. I want that broccoli to cook. It's going to cook really, really fast because that pasta and meatballs, they'll be so hot anyway. But I'll give it about 5 minutes, let that cook, pull it out, and we're just going to scoop it into a bowl and eat it. If you've got a salad on the side, it's perfect to serve with it. Anything else you've got ready to go, any sort of leftovers, some soup maybe, anything else can complement this, even some bread with butter, you know, or if you want to do a little bit of garlic bread quickly while this is cooking, that's another nice garnish to have. Everybody loves their garlic bread. So you can put that together all in one, and now we've got a nice pasta night meal. So try that. Let me know how it goes, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.